Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to thank Subcommittee Chair Rick Crawford for holding this hearing on transportation challenges in rural communities. One of the many benefits of the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, the surface transportation portion of which I helped to shape as the then chair of this subcommittee, is that it provides funding for communities of all sizes. In my district, the District of Columbia, 151 new transportation projects were started in the first 2 years of the law alone. This includes $72 million to repair the Interstate 395 bridge, $35 million to redesign South Capitol Street, and $20 million for the Wheeler Road Safety Project. But DC's story is not unique. Similar investments are being made in every congressional district in America, and the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act includes dedicated funding for rural transportation. One example is the Rural Transportation Program. To date, under this program, the Biden administration has awarded funds to 30 different projects to rebuild bridges, eliminate Safeway railway crossings, and increase truck parking. Another example is the RAISE program. 50% of the program funds are dedicated by law to rural areas. The law also increased funding for our safety programs. While only 19% of our U.S. population lives in rural areas, rural roads account for 43% of all traffic fatalities. Reasons for this disproportionate fatality rate include outdated infrastructure and unsafe driver behavior. The Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act includes 34% funding increase for the primary infrastructure safety program, the Highway Safety Improvement Program, and a 36% increase for programs to prevent unsafe behavior like speeding and drunk driving. The investments will make our roads much safer. We also will hear today about the importance of rural transit. Too often, transit is dismissed as being only relevant for major metropolitan regions like my own. This is simply not true. For an elderly resident who relies on the bus to get to a doctor's appointment, transit is a lifeline. For a person with a disability who is not able to drive, transit is a lifeline. For someone who cannot afford a cow, transit is a lifeline. That holds just as true for rural communities as it does big cities. According to the Federal Highway Administration, the Federal Highway Administration, 6.8% of households in rural areas, or approximately 4.3 million people, do not drive a car. I appreciate that we will hear today from Todd Marrow, Executive Director of the Rural Transit System, about the value of transit in rural communities. One of the roles of this committee is to ensure that the nation's infrastructure is safe and efficient in all communities. While my congressional district does not include any rural areas, I appreciate the need to invest in rural America to ensure the safety of roads and bridges, to ensure reliable transit service, and to spur economic development. Those same needs exist for the 81% of the country that live in urban communities. I hope that we are, as a community, working to continue to work together to pass infrastructure investments that improve the lives of all Americans. I yield back.
Thank the ranking member.